Rama Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Janitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bo. Jaya Vishnu Pad Paramhamsa Parivrajacharya Stotra Sata His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON BBT Founder Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Samaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Prabhupada. Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Okay, Hare Krishna. Few days have passed since our last meeting, and we are back here again in our sacred Zoom. And so we are going and we're starting which chapter?
Chapter 14. 14.
Yes, chapter 14.
Chapter 14.
So before we go on with chapter 14, we want to recap. What did we learn in chapter 13? Yes, we learned about Kshetra. Yes, everyone remembers? What else?
Mataji Kshetragya.
Kshetragya, yes. About Purusha. We spoke a little bit about conditioning of three modes of nature and about this nature of the soul, about the nature of the super soul, all these kind of things. Okay, very nice. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he says that this knowledge which we received in chapter 13 is meant to be a ground for our detachment and spiritual growth. Yes, because we understand we are not this body, we are soul, and we are separate from the body and separate from the soul, and super soul is also with us. So in this type of information, when we cultivate it, when we meditate on it, it is a ground of detachment from the matter, and it's good how you say, like a good soil for spiritual growth. Yeah. So what we will do now, yeah, and Prabhupada in the 13th chapter, the last purport means 1335. Last purport, last paragraph, he says the same thing. Yes, that it is meant for our spiritual realization. Yes, we can read that these things are meant for contemplation and for realization, and one should have complete understanding of this chapter with the help of a spiritual master. Yes, so Prabhupada says the same thing, that one should have complete understanding. So the next one will be chapter 14, but before we go on with 14, I want to give you some tasks still regarding chapter 13 to make sure that we have understood it nicely. Yes. So now we will ask the help of Damini to create a group, 3 teams, and you can write down the team 1 will have to do the summary of chapter 13. We will have like 5 minutes for all of us. So group 1 is doing summary of chapter 13. Means you just need to go through the verses and you present it in 1-2 minutes time. Yeah, the summary of chapter 13. Group 2 will take the last purport of Srila Prabhupada, which is text 35, and analyze that purport. Yes. So that here we are focusing, zooming in and focusing in one purport. And but group 1 will do the brief summary of chapter 13, the full chapter. And a third group will explain us everything they can about Kshetra, about Purusha, and about Kshetra Gya. Okay? Are the tasks clear? Yes? Okay? So our dear Damini, she will create groups, and after 5 minutes we'll come out of groups and and each group will present maybe for 1-2 minutes the point.
Hare
I
Krishna
think 1 minute
Mataji.
is enough.
Mataji, can you repeat again about group 3?
Yeah, group 3 has to tell everything about Kshetra, Purusha, and Kshetra Gya. Everything they have learned from chapter 13. And the best when they tell, they should also tell which verse it says. But otherwise, they can just give all the information about these 3 points: Kshetra, Purusha, Kshetra, Gya. Okay, so see you after 5 minutes.
हरे कृष्णा माता जी, नीला माता जी, आप हैं यहाँ पे?
Is everybody in groups?
नो माता जी.
Okay, so I'm seeing there are like 5 devotees not in a groups, yes?
हरे कृष्णा किशोरी माता जी, नैना माता जी, हंसा माता जी, आप यहाँ पर हैं? गीतिका माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
माता जी ग्रुप ज्वाइन करें, आई एम असाइनिंग द ग्रुप।
माता जी आई ऑलरेडी डन। एक्चुअली मैंने लैपटॉप में ज्वाइन किया तो इस वजह से नहीं हो पा रहा होगा। मैंने वैसे जो रूम 2 ज्वाइन किया हुआ है।
ओके, यू आर ओके। Recording in progress. Mataji, can
Okay,
start.
we are back.
Yes, everyone is back.
Okay, very nice. So let's now share. Who is starting first? Group one will start first. Yes, who will represent group one? Who was there in group one? Hare Krishna. Yes, who wants to do the? Who will speak now? Group one, summary of chapter 13.
Neelam Mataji will speak.
Yes, okay. Yeah, maybe Neelam, your voice is a little bit not so loud. You can set it up.
Audible now?
A little better, yes. Okay, so you speak.
In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, we learned about that we are not merely the temporary body, we are spiritual soul. And we also learned about the body as a field. In Bhagavad Gita 13.1 and 2, we also learned about the field and the knower. That the body is called the field, Kshetra, while the living entity who knows the experience of the body is the knower of the field. Krishna explains that he is the knower of all fields. We also discussed that in 13.6 and 7, what makes up the field. The field consists of 5 gross elements: ego, intelligence, mind, senses, sense object, desire, happiness, distress, and bodily changes. So these were the things, these are the elements which are making up the field. In summary, in short, I can say we learned about that Krishna as a super soul is present within every living being. By developing humility, knowledge, detachment, and devotion, we can see the difference between the body and the self and progress towards spiritual realization. Also, I can add on that we also learned that the difference between soul and super soul in this chapter. So, and we also learned that if we are talking about the true knowledge, it is actually the understanding of distinction developing devotion. Means we have to be spiritual, or we have to work in the spiritual path. I can jot down few of the points. Mataji, you explained very well in detail, but I was able to gather these points. Natak Prabhu can add on further.
No, I think it should.
Yeah,
It
I
should
think
be
you
that
did
much.
very nice. You explained very nicely. Thank you so much. We will go to group two. Who will represent group two?
Hare Krishna Mataji. It's me, Gitika. Am I audible?
Yes, Gitika, you are.
So Mataji, question was to analyze text 35 about purport of Shrupad, what he wrote. So I have gathered some points that one should know about the body. This is all about, this is this is all about. Am I audible, Mataji?
Yes. Okay, yes. So you are analyzing the mess.
Might be my network issue is there.
Yes. I think I'm fine. It was, I think, on my side, but I connected to Wi-Fi now.
Okay, Mataji.
Yes, please continue. Sorry.
So Mataji, this is a whole summary of the complete chapter 13. So I have gathered some
No, you
points.
don't need to have a chapter 13. You have only summary of purport, last purport.
Yes. Basically, the last forward is also the summary of the like little bit of the like we have read about or we have discussed about the what is the soul body first. The body is made up of matter, and then we have two knowers, the soul and the super soul. Uh, in the purport, Prabhupada says that one should recognize about body, soul, and the super soul, and the process of liberation from 8 to 12, the humility, tolerance, steadiness, cleanliness, all these. If one recognize all these things, then one can reach the supreme destination. The other point is that good association, hearing from the Vaishnavas, hearing from the devotees, one lead to, and one accept a spiritual master, very necessary, because a spiritual master, from spiritual master we learn about what is body, what is spirit, and then we can further progress in our spiritual journey. And in further Prabhupada just told about the what is body. Body is made up of matter and 24 elements, and the gross manifestation and the subtle manifestation. Subtle manifestation is the mind, false ego, and all this. And about soul and super soul, soul and the super soul both are the knower of the bodies, and this material manifestation is the combination of the soul and the material things. And if and we have to focus, we have to like see towards God, supreme soul, so that we can transfer from this spirit to the spiritual world. If we don't see towards the supreme soul, then we cannot transfer from this towards supreme soul. So these are the some points I have gathered. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, and third group.
Hare Krishna Mataji, is Prerna here.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prerna.
Am I audible? Like my voice is clear?
Very good, very clear.
Okay, so Mataji, I joined little late, so from the group I knew that our topic was the Kshetragya, Prakriti and Purush. We have to describe all four of things. So the Prakriti, it is one of the five basic element subject matter of Bhagavad Gita, that is Prakriti. The nature in which we all are working, like the body is working under the influence of material nature, three modes of material nature, and that Prakriti is the manifestation and energy of Krishna. Then Purusha means the enjoyer, that is Krishna himself. He's the supreme enjoyer. We all think that we are enjoyer, but ultimately Krishna is the enjoyer. We are all controlled by Krishna. We have to act accordingly so that we can make things for Krishna, so that Krishna can enjoy, because we are like eternal servitors or eternal servants of Krishna. So we have to do everything. We have to serve Krishna. So to make enjoyment for Krishna, because if Krishna enjoys, then ultimately we also get enjoyment. That is the like real enjoyment, rather than in this material where we are enjoying certain things, and then after that some points we are getting sad and all of this happens. And after that there is the kshetra means the body, the field. So the for us the word field is the body. Like we have taken the example of a farmer. For him, like the farmer, he's the kshetra, he knows his field, and the field is like where he works and makes fruits and grows trees. So for us, the Kshetra is the body where we act, our soul act, and then Kshetra Gya means the knower of the field. That there are two knower of the field. First is the soul, and then the super soul, that is Krishna. So the soul only knows about his own field, not the all of the sea field. But Krishna is the supreme soul. He knows about every, like he's a Kshetra Gya for everyone, but the soul is Kshetra Gya for his own body. That's all I have gathered.
Yes, very nice. Beautiful. Beautiful explanation about difference between two kshetragyas. This is important, yes. Okay, good. So we have revised and remembered the chapter 13. So that's important because after a long gap, maybe some of the things we forgot, and then chapter 14 may seem as if out of context. But now we can link it together. So, okay, we'll go for text 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Param Bhuya Pravakshyami Jnananam Jnanamuttamam Yajgyatva Munaya Sarve Param Siddhim Ito Gataha. Okay, so the verse, someone reads the verse. Yes, Kishori?
Hare Krishna Mataji. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Again I shall declare to you this supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained the supreme perfection." Hare Krishna.
Yes. Yes. So now this verse, just to make sure we all have understood, Krishna is presenting certain knowledge. So according to this verse, just verse only, we don't need to search anywhere. How Krishna describes this knowledge? What kind of knowledge he's going to present now? Read the verse and think. Yes, tell. Who is ready? Tell, just tell.
Like about bhakti, that is supreme knowledge.
Yes, so what he's saying is that he is going to give us the best of knowledge. Yes, by which we can by which the supreme perfection can be attained. Yes, so we are going to learn now the best of knowledge. Okay, very nice. So we'll read the purport, not the whole purport, just few passages. In the 13th chapter, it was clearly explained that by humbly developing knowledge, one may possibly be freed from material entanglement. Yes, who was saying, Prerna was saying, is that by understanding the soul and super soul, and I think Itika was saying to fix the mind on a super soul. Yes, so you can see here that this humbly developing this knowledge, one may possibly be freed from material entanglement. It is also has been explained that it is due to association with the modes of nature that the living entity is entangled in this material world. So what is how chapter 14 is entitled? What is the title of chapter 14?
Nature, the
Three
enjoyer,
modes
and
of material
consciousness.
nature.
Chapter
Chapter
13, it was
14?
13 is nature, the enjoyer, and consciousness.
Yes. And 14?
The three modes of material nature.
Yes, right. So then here in this paragraph, which I just read, it explained how these two chapters are linked. This is also for us very important to understand because sometimes we read and we may miss the point. How comes suddenly we spoke about kshetragya, everything, and now suddenly we jumping to a new topic for three modes of material nature, how to read it in a context. But actually all the Bhagavad Gita chapters are linked. So here Srila Prabhupada says that in chapter 13, it is explained that it is due to association of the modes of nature that the living entity is entangled in this material world. So basically, entanglement of material world means entanglement in kshetra. Yes, in the body. So how it is? It is due to three modes of material nature. So which verse of chapter 13 speaks about it? Can you recall? Which verse? Because Prabhupada says the chapter 13 clearly explains, yes, that it is due to association of the modes that one is entangled. So which is that verse which explains it? Whoever finds, immediately you can tell. You don't need to raise hand.
Krishna.
Yes.
13.22.
What is the verse? Read it out loud.
The living entity in material world thus follows the ways of life, enjoying the three modes of material nature. This is due to his association with that material nature, thus he mates with good and evil among various species.
Yes, very good. So it's indeed it's verse 22. So in this way, we can also learn always, whatever we say, we should always have one shloka to present, yes, for each any of our statement. Yes, so if we want to present this whole topic about entanglement, about the body, about the struggle in the world, we know that chapter 13, text 22 is the verse we have to quote. Sorry, my camera went off. I don't know what happened. Yeah, so yes, so like this, right? It's 13:22. Good. So we move on. Text 2. Idam jnanamupashritya mama sadharmayam. Sorry, mama sadharmyamagataha sarvepi nopajayante pralayena vyahtanti cha. Read the verse. Anybody who wants to read? Yes, Bisham has hand up.
Hare Krishna. By becoming fixed in this knowledge, one can attain to the transcendental nature like my own. Thus established, one is not born at the time of creation or disturbed at the time of dissolution.
Okay, good. By becoming fixed in this knowledge, one can attain transcendental nature as my own. Yes, thus established, one is not born at the time of creation and is not disturbed at the time of dissolution. Purport. So, who is going to read the purport? Yes, Gitika.
Hare
Gitika,
Krishna.
please.
Purport. After acquiring perfect transcendental knowledge, one acquires qualitative equality with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Becoming free from the reception of birth and repetition of birth and death, one does not, however, lose his identity as an individual soul. It is understood that from Vedic literature that the liberated souls who have reached the transcendental planets of the spiritual sky always look to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, being engaged in his transcendental loving service. So even after liberation, the devotees do not lose their individual identities.
Thank you so much.
Journaling the
Thank you. Yes, so we read that after acquiring transcendental knowledge, the person attains perfection. So what is this perfection? Is it that after receiving this profound knowledge, what happens to the soul? Will it realize that he's not the body and then will join the Supreme Spirit?
But then he's not previous body, he is
Can't hear very well.
in the contaminated by the three modes of material nature. Knowledge which is not contaminated by the three modes of nature
Yes, but what
is
happens to the soul after soul receives that knowledge? What happens to the soul? What does it mean that he becomes free from modes of nature? What does it mean that he becomes liberated?
He will
Uh,
not get birth again. Like the cycle of birth and death will
yes, so then it means
end.
he merges in a spirit.
Like he will attain the spiritual sky, the Lok of Krishna, that is Golok Vrindavan.
right. Yes.
And what will happen in there?
He will
He will
serve Krishna.
Like there's no suffering there,
It's
and he
written
will
here in this
permanently be reside
paragraph.
there.
You just read it in a, can you need to learn to quote from the Prabhupada and from what we read. So what is written in a paragraph? Geetika just read, so she should know. What is the last sentence of our first paragraph?
He will not lose his individual identity.
Yes, so
He will
that's
not emerge like that Mayavadi,
not
Brahmavadi
going
said.
to merge, not, yeah. Right, very good, very good. Okay, so now take a second paragraph, which is the last of this. You read it, you be fast, but at the same time very alert. And you tell me from this paragraph, what is transcendental knowledge? You can write 3 questions actually down on your papers or notes. First, what is transcendental knowledge? Second, what makes one think that the spiritual identity is formless? And a third, in a spiritual sky, are spiritual forms and activities. What are these activities called? Yes, so you can start reading the second paragraph till end of the purport, and you tell me these
Mataji,
three words. Yes, who is
second
asking?
question. I can't understand. I
Second
couldn't
question
understand the
is,
second question.
what makes us think that spiritual identity is formless? Why should someone think that spiritual identity is formless? Yes, whose hand is up? Okay, now is no time for questions or talking. You just read the purport, and after the purport we talk, okay? You read the rest of the purport. You have like 3 minutes, okay? 3 minutes. Okay, done. Prerna, speak.
Okay, so Mataji, all three of the questions or only one?
One.
Okay, so the first question was what is transcendental knowledge? So in the purport in the fourth or fifth, like in the third line of that paragraph, that is knowledge not contaminated by the three modes of material nature is called transcendental knowledge.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you. Next one, who wants Ananga Manjari? Would you like to give an answer? No. Okay. Damini? No. Okay. Gitika, very eager. And Prana will do the third.
Okay, Mataji.
It-
The question was second question, Mataji.
Yes,
What makes
second.
us think that a spiritual identity is formless? So from the answer is from sixth line. Those who have no knowledge of the spiritual sky hold that after being free from material activities of the material form, this spiritual identity becomes formless without any variegatedness. So I think this is answer.
So what makes us think?
What makes us think that we don't have the knowledge about the spiritual sky. That
When
after
we
being
are
free of
yes, and means we are ignorant. The ignorance makes us think. Yeah. Okay, good, wonderful. Third question, please reply. Who was supposed to reply third question? Anyone? Just tell. Everyone read the purport, no? Anyone? Yes, Shatabi, please.
Hare Krishna Masaji. If I'm not wrong, the question was, what are the spiritual activities called? Though there are the spiritual activities, and the spiritual situation is called devotional life.
Very nice, very nice. It's important, yeah? The spiritual activities are devotional activities, yeah? Okay, wonderful, wonderful work. Thank you so much. We go to verse 3. Mama yonir mahad brahma tasmin garbham dadamyaham shambhava sarvabhutanam tato bhavati bharata. Please read the translation. Read translation. Yes, Bisham. Bisham, read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. The total material substance called Brahma is the source of birth, and it is that Brahma that I implicate, making possible the birth of all living beings, O son of Bharata.
Yeah. Okay, good. So here is a little bit about creation explained. Purport. This is an explanation of the world. Everything that takes place is due to combination of kshetra and kshetragya, means a body and a soul. The body and the spirit soul. This combination is of material nature, and the living entity is made possible for the Supreme God Himself. So who created everything? The Supreme God Himself. Yes, yes. So now the creation is explained starting with Mahatattva and everything, and then we have an analogy. Yeah, an analogy explains that sometimes people may think that because Jiva appeared in the material world, that the Jiva is a product of matter. But Jiva is not a product of matter, it's a spirit. And an analogy here is also the last paragraph. The scorpion lays its eggs in piles of rice, and sometimes it is said that the scorpion is born out of rice. But the rice is not the cause of the scorpion. Actually, the eggs were laid by the mother. Similarly, material nature is not the cause of the birth of the living entities. The seed is given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they only seem to come out as products of material nature. Thus, every living entity, according to his past activities, has a different body created by material nature, so that this entity can enjoy or suffer according to his past deeds. Yes? So we get kshetra according to, we can buy a land according to our finances. Yes, maybe we can buy some place somewhere cheap, but if you want to buy land in Vrindavan near Iskon Mandir, then you have to be crorepati. And like this. So the same way, if you want to enjoy a nice body, you need to acquire a lot of punya from past activities. And if not, then you just become a scorpion and lie your eggs in rice. And because of you, the analogy will come. Yeah, so analogy means that scorpion lays eggs, so someone may think that rice creates scorpion. But rice doesn't create scorpion. The mother came and laid eggs. Yeah? So someone may think that soul arises from matter, but it's not true because Supreme Personality of Godhead impregnates it. Okay, wonderful. Verse 4. Sarvayonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavanti yaha tasam brahma mahadyonir aham bija pradapitaha. Translation, please read, someone who wants to read. Yes, Kitika, read. Don't raise hand. When the translation is, you just read. Then we can
It
move on.
should be understood. Yes, Mataji. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving father.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it should be understood that Jiva has been born in this material world, and a seed-giving father is Krishna. Yes, so it means that ultimately we all are brothers and sisters. We are all one family because we have the same father. Yes, so in that way we can see that this is a Vaishnava perception also. Actually, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it's explained that the bhakti starts by seeing the Lord in everyone's heart. Everyone's heart. So it means that also bhakti starts by understanding that a real entity is a spiritual soul, and we all are those souls, and we are all related because Krishna is our father. Yes, so the same like, and if we actually go by this method, we can understand that we naturally will, our behavior will become non-offensive. Yes, because we are not going to offend anyone, and we are not going to get offended also, because to get offended also is offense. Yeah, so let's say if your sister does something to you, no problem, yes. But if some other Mataji is doing something, what is this? How it could happen? What did she do? What she thinks? And then a big complaint, big drama going on, yes. But if sister does the same thing, even worse thing, sister can slap us, can beat us, we can fight. In childhood, everyone fights, even in youth, even sometimes in also adulthood, yes. But no one is going to make big deal with it. After 5 minutes, again, the love and friendship is there. But actually, this is just a bodily relationship, yes. But our real family are us devotees, and and Krishna is our father. So there should be no enmity, envy, or big fights. Yes, so this is a very nice verse to think about it. Okay, 5, verse 5. Sattvam rajastamaiti guna prakriti sambhavaha nibadnanti mahabaho dehe dehi namavyayam. Yes, please read the verse. Prana already has hand up. Please read.
Hare Krishna. Material nature consists of three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. When the eternal living entity comes in contact with nature, O mighty armed Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by these modes.
Yes, read the purport. Somebody else who wants to read the purport? Yes, Netik, please read.
The living entity, because he is transcendental, has nothing to do with this material nature. Still, because he has become conditioned by the material world, he is acting under the spell of the three modes of material nature. Because living entities have different kinds of body in terms of the different aspects of nature, they are induced to act according to that nature. That is the cause of varieties of happiness and distress.
Yes. So we are getting a body according to our to different modes. So that actually causes us to act even if we want or we don't want. Yes. So when I was studying in my university, once a year all the students had a carnival. Yes. So everyone had to come with the masks. And some had simple masks just for the face, some had big mask around the whole body. Somebody created a mask, he was a table. So he took a big table and he cut the middle in a table hole and went under table and put the head through the hole. So only was a table and his head. And some of his friends were pushing the table all around. So he was in carnival, he was a table. So, but as a table, what he can do? He cannot even walk, cannot even move. His friends have to push him around. Yeah, somebody had a big skirt and they can't get through the door. You know, someone only has a small mask, so they can easily move. It's only mask. Yeah. So according to different masks, your movements are differently restricted. Yes. So the same is our bodies. You know, someone is fat, difficult to run. Someone is skinny, always tired. Someone is tall, uh, difficult to find suitable clothes. Someone is short, can't reach a switch. You know, someone is a cockroach, always have to live in dirt. You know, so these type of ways we are conditioned. Yeah. So this is our task as human beings to understand that when we say, oh, but according to my nature, I am very slow, or according to my nature, I can't do this, or according to my nature, I have so many needs, and according to my nature, I am this and that. But actually, according to our nature, we are the servants of the Lord. This is our real nature. And everything that gives any impediment to that is not our nature. This is just conditioning. Yeah. So when we call our physical conditioning or mental conditioning a nature, this is actually bewildering because nature sounds something positive, something that it's me, and now others also have to adjust to it. And like this, but even though now it seems like our nature, but it is not really our nature, it is just our conditioning. And we have to practice our sadhana to purify ourselves and get rid of that conditioning, because real nature for Lord, for the jiva, is to serve Krishna. This is the only nature. There is no other nature for any person, anyone, any living entity. Yeah. It is example given like water is liquid by nature, but when it's frozen, like when you go in a freezer, it's ice. But that ice is only water. It's nothing else. Yeah. But because it's so long has been ice, everyone is just calling it ice. And most of the time you'll forget actually that the ice is actually water in an unnatural state. Yes. So the same, we are jivas in our unnatural state in a material world. So, and because we've been so long time here, we forgot. So we think that this unnatural state is actually normal state. The same like when ice is in the freezer all the time, we think it's just ice, but actually it's water. So the same, we are all servants of Krishna in unnatural state. Yes. So when we say it is our nature, our only nature is to love Krishna. Our only nature is prema. That is our only nature. And prema's characteristic is to serve. Yes. So our advancement in Krishna consciousness can be measured by this, by our attachment to the holy name, by our attachment to processes of bhakti, because that is our actual real nature. Yes. So this verse is very beautiful. And in that way, Srila Prabhupada's purport is beautiful, and it talks that everyone is induced to act according to that nature. But you see, Prabhupada doesn't say their nature. He said that nature. Yes. Which nature? That nature. It's not our nature. It is that nature. It is a material nature. But we are not material bodies. We are spiritual beings. Okay. Text 6. Tatra sattvam nirmalavtvat prakashakamanayam sukha sangena vadnati jnana sangena chanagam. Please read this verse. Please read. Anyone?
O sinless one.
Okay. Neelam, read. It's difficult to hear. Okay, Kishori, you read.
Hare Krishna. O sinless one, the mode of goodness, being pure than the others, is illuminating and it frees one from all sinful reaction. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge. Hare Krishna.
Yes, very good, very good. Okay. So short passage from purport. It's the second paragraph. The difficulty here is that when a living entity is situated in the mode of goodness, he becomes conditioned to feel that he is advanced in knowledge and is better than others. In this way, he becomes conditioned. The best example are the scientists and philosophers. Each is very proud of his knowledge, and because they generally improve their living conditions, they feel a sort of material happiness. I don't know why my camera is switching off. Yeah. Okay. So Prabhupada gives a kind of an example about the goodness. Yes, that it binds one by uh, a sense of superiority and happiness. Okay, so now, my dear devotees, you go quickly through paragraph 1 and you find 5 characteristics of sattva guna.
Mataji, I just want to ask one thing.
Sorry?
I have a question I want to ask.
Yes.
Like devotees can also be, in the goodness, mode of goodness, as some devotees.
Maybe you ask this question after everyone has read and found, because now they will want to hear the question and they won't read, yeah? Yes. So we will take your question just after this. Yes, we are ready. If you can't find five, at least one or two you find, no problem. Okay, good. Most of us are ready. Okay, I want to hear from Ananga Manjari. One quality you found, what is that? At least one, I mean. Everyone can tell one. Yes,
Hare
Ananga.
Krishna
Yes, please.
Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam. The modes of goodness is the material world is that one become worse than those
No, you just
other
tell one quality. You need to only name one quality, one word, or two words.
material knowledge.
Material knowledge, very good. Yes, he's advanced in material knowledge. Yes. Bisham.
Mataji, purity, sattva.
Purity, yes, purity. Wonderful. Gitika.
Happiness, more happiness.
He's happy. Prena.
He is not affected by material miseries.
He's not so much. Not that fully not affected, but not as much. Yes. Anyone else? Some more qualities. Praina?
Mataji, one becomes wiser.
Then others. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, tell who is there. Yes, speak. Gitika, speak.
Free from sinful reactions.
Yes, free from sinful. Okay, these are the qualities. Yes. And the reason why he's not affected. Yes?
Sorry,
Oh,
illumination, knowledge.
Yeah, illumination, knowledge, wise. Someone's writing wise. Yes. Right. And the reason why he is not affected so much by the miseries, because he is free from sinful reactions, because he's pious, you know. So, and because he's pious, he's free from miseries, he's happy. And then because his mind is more peaceful, he's wiser. So, and like this. So, but the binding force is that that he feels he is better than others. Yes, that's a binding force. Okay, good. So we go to verse 7. Rajo ragatmakam vidhi trishna sanga samudbhavam tannibadnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. Someone reads the verse.
The mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings, O son of Kunti, and because of this, the embodied living entity is bound to material fruitive action.
Yes, very good. Okay, so now again we do the same exercise. You read the purport. Don't take too long. 2-3 minutes. You read the purport and find again the qualities of Rajaguna. Gitika, your hand is up.
Mataji, could you please repeat what you just.
Yeah, we have to read the purport and find the qualities of Rajaguna.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, attraction between men and women has attract for men.
Okay, you first wait till others do, and then we will discuss, okay?
Okay, Mataji. क्या भाई दरवाजा तोड़ेगा क्या
Yes, almost done. Okay, and Angamanjari, one quality you say?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Attraction between men and women, and women attract for
Attraction.
men.
Men and woman and man. Yes. Wonderful. Okay. Who else? Prena.
Mataji, he wants to enjoy sense gratification.
Yes, sense gratification. Prena?
He wants honor. He want to be
Honor.
like great. Like he want to be famous.
Yes, wonderful. I saw Jiva Goswami Das had hand up. You want to say something? Maybe no. Who else is there? Anyone who camera off? You are there? You can speak.
Hare Krishna
Yes, Mataji,
Mataji.
me.
Yes, please say.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Modern
Komal.
civilization.
Yes, Komal, you speak.
Modern civilization.
What?
Modern civilization is considered to be advanced
The
in the
modern
studies
civilization.
of
Yes,
mode of
all modern civilization is running on Rajaguna. Yes, right. Gitika, you say something?
I want a happy family with a nice children, wife, and house.
Very nice. Yes. Who else? One more, two more qualities.
Mataji, Trishna, strong desires.
Yes, strong desires. Yes,
With
Kishori,
joy.
you have something? Netik, say.
Mataji, to please his wife, children, and society, and to keep up his prestige, one has to work.
Yes, hard working, very hard working. Yes, for all this, ready to hard work. Yes, so what binds? What binds Rajaguna?
Association with his fruits of activities.
Yes, the fruits make him to come again. Yes, yes, good. Yes, so we have understood Sattvagun, Rajagun. Yes, Damini, you had a question.
Now I have two questions,
No?
one from the mode of goodness and one from the mode of passion.
Okay, so let's wait till we discuss Tamaguna, then you will have three questions.
Okay, let's wait.
Yes,
Maybe.
okay. Text 8. Tamastvagyan yammidi mohanam sarvadehinam pramadalasya nidrabis tannibadnati bharata. Yes, someone reads translation, please. Kishori.
Okay.
O son of Bharata, know that the mode of darkness, born of ignorance, is the delusion of all inverted living entities. The results of these modes are madness, indolence, and sleep, which bind the conditioned soul. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Yes. Okay, now the same. Read the purport and find the Tamaguna qualities. Okay, many people are done. Okay, Shatabi, please tell one quality.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. So under the spell of mode of ignorance, people become opposite of the mode of goodness. So they become mad.
Yeah, mad. They are mad. Madness, yes, that is
Yeah.
madness. Yeah, okay. Next, Damini.
They are addicted to the intoxication and sleeps a lot. They are lazy.
Yeah, okay. Prena?
One cannot understand a thing as it is.
Yes, they don't know what it is. Okay, Gitika?
No knowledge.
No, have knowledge. Bisham?
Laziness, Mataji.
Addiction to intoxicate.
Yes, okay. Prena?
They are very reluctant to make advance in spiritual understanding. They will
They are
not express.
reluctant. Yeah. Even if they have all facilities, they still won't do.
Yeah, like even if they are invited, but they are not interested.
Yeah, they will find so many reasons. Even there are no reasons, yes. Bisham?
Laziness. Laziness.
Laziness. Laziness, yes, lazy. Lazy. Kishori? Your hand is up?
Yes, Mataji. Mataji, people are madly accumulating money and working very hard all day and night, and not caring for the eternal spirit.
I thought that is Rajaguna, working hard. These ones are lazy.
Okay, Mataji.
Yeah, Netik?
They sleep at least 10 or 12 hours a day, and such a man appears to be always dejected and is addicted to intoxicant and sleeping.
Yeah, Kamal, you say something?
Krishna Mataji, they are not even active like the man who is controlled by the mode of vision.
Yeah. Yes, so this is Tamaguna, yes. And their binding force is madness, means that they just completely deluded, they don't understand anything. So you can't help them in fact. Yes, okay, so this we went through the descriptions of three modes of material nature. So now these descriptions will continue, and the reason we need to know them, that we can recognize it in us. Yes. Okay, I caught this one is Rajaguna, this one is Tamaguna, this one is Sattvaguna, and we can overcome. Because the modes, even though they take our attention, but at the same time, deliberately, we can also choose which mode we want to associate with. That could be our choice. And in that way, we can change and transform our lives. Especially, we have to be overcoming Rajas and tamas, because Sattva Guna is like a nice platform for transcendence. Just we have to be careful of that pride of being better than others. Yes. But that also we have to see that this is because you see the material sattva guna is not pure. It is attacked, yes, by rajas and tamas. So this element of pride, that I am better than others, this is actually attack of rajaguna, that proud. Yeah. So as a devotees, we should try to keep shuddha sattva, yes, the pure goodness, and not allow that pride enter, yeah, that contamination to enter. Okay, so let's read verse 9. Sattvam sukhe
Question?
Oh, yes, your questions. Damini has three questions now.
Two, no, two.
Two. Okay, good.
Okay. So my question from goodness is like, I'm giving my example. For suppose, like I have done chapter 1 Bhagavad Gita, and I have enough knowledge. I think that I have enough knowledge, and one day the new devotee is giving class in the temple or in ISKCON, but I think I know about this chapter. I have, done. I'm done with this chapter. I have gave the OBI. I have gave the CBI. This is mode of goodness. But that time when the devotee is, giving lecture, he's teaching that chapter, I am investing that time in other service, like making prasadam or anything. So it is still in the mode of goodness, that still I am investing my time in other services, but my mindset is that I know more. I don't want to listen. I have already taught this thing and all.
Yeah. So this is not so. This is goodness, but actually it is very much mixed with Rajaguna. Yes. First of all, maybe you want to go and make prasadam because you can't just sit still and you
Like
don't
it's
have
mixed.
enough
Like why
patience.
not I use my time in serving in other way, make prasadam so I can serve Krishna, like in that way.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that way.
And at the same time, we should always understand that there is a time for active service and then there is time for class. And everyone should hear, even though the newer devotee speaks. Srila Prabhupada was engaging his disciples who were 6 months only devotees. And he was sitting them on Vyasasan and asking them to speak. And Prabhupada was hearing himself. Yes. So if Prabhupada can hear from 6 months old devotee, so how can we not hear? Yeah, like this. And some senior devotee said that if you hear and you really feel that he's speaking something very wrong, still you should hear, and then you can, in your mind, you prepare your own class, which is better. And in that way, you can be absorbed. You will say, oh, this new person didn't cover that point. Okay, you can write down this point. Next time you give class, you can mention it.
Yes.
So in that way, that new devotee helps you to prepare a better class.
Yes. Okay, thank you. My another question is, like, there is a haram thing and there is a halal thing. Okay, so there it is mentioned about the children, wife, and this living in this society. Like marriage is very compulsory. In living in Pakistan, it is very compulsory. Our society is like, okay, there is no chance of becoming a Brahmin and anything. You have to get married. So that thing, does we all are in the mode of passion then?
It depends on a desire and how you see it. Because here is specifically the desires that I need the very nice children. I need all these things.
Getting married because of satisfying the senses.
Yeah, when you get married to because of these things, then it is passion. But sometimes you may not have that desire as devotee. You understand that this is not important, but because I'm in certain circumstances, I need to do. So then I am marrying a devotee and we serve Krishna. So this actually, uh, when you are as a team with your husband, and even if you have your children, you want to bring your children up as devotees. This
Yeah,
is doesn't, yeah,
yeah,
this
Krishna
doesn't apply
said in the
to this because this is like a good children from a social point of view. They
yeah.
got a good degree, they have nice clothes, they have good toys, they have mobile and all these things, yeah. But for devotees, it's not value. Like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was Naistik Brahmachari, means that he was lifelong Brahmachari. But he said, if I could have 100 children become devotees, I would become a father of 100 children, yes? So in that way, as a Vaishnavas, we can also be Grihasta Paramahamsa. Yeah, Paramahamsa Grihasta, but you have to be like this, not just you do all the crazy things and you say, oh yeah, also for Vaishnavas, Grihasta Paramahamsa can be there. Yeah, so you really need to then do. And our acharyas, we may sometimes say, oh yeah, most of associates of Mahaprabhu were grihastas. So what's the problem if I am grihasta? But look at their lives they lived. Yes, so you live like them. They all were gopis, manjaris from the spiritual world. They came us to teach. They came here to teach us how to be, how to live this life. So we have to take this example. Like they never wasted any moment in any material frivolous activities, even though they were householders. Like Srinivasa Acharya, everyone has heard of Srinivasa Acharya. He had two wives. Ishwari and Gauranga Priya. And interesting that when the marriage was arranged and marriage ceremony, Vivaha Yagya was going on, he took opportunity of this Yagya and he gave Diksha to his wives. That Vivaha Yagya actually became Diksha Yagya. Yes? So he didn't waste the moment. He said, what is this Yagya? Okay, Yagya is here. Let me give Diksha. You know? And then these wives were very great Vaishnavis. They were serving actually Janava Mata. They were the servants of Janava Mata. Yes, so like this. So these acharyas have come here to show us what renounced life means, what married life means. Yes, but many devotees, many times they marry and then they just forget about everything and all they know is just sense gratification. Yes, so then how can you call that ashrama? How can you call that grihastha? And then you may say, oh yeah, but all the Mahaprabhu's associates were grihasthas. Yes, they were grihasthas. So then you follow their example. And all of them have something to teach us. Yeah, look at what kind of schedule Bhaktivinoda Thakur was. Bhaktivinoda Thakur's wife had, I don't know, 12, 14, sometimes say 12, sometimes 14 children. And she was chanting 64 rounds. Yes? So like this. So in that way, there is no Rajaguna. This is actually transcendental. This is Paramahamsa. So we can do it. So these acharyas have come to show us that we can do it. Yeah. So because bhakti does not depend on any circumstances. Bhakti is totally independent. We are the ones who create the obstacles. Yeah, like I just spoke about that nature. Oh, because this is my nature, I can't do like this. No, your only nature is to serve Krishna. This is the only nature. And this is the only duty. And everything else we do is to facilitate that. So we don't get married to get distracted. We get married to support our spiritual service. Yes? So this is what we have to always remember. Because many times you notice once someone gets married, his spiritual life like a big stone falls in the water and stays in the bottom till the end of life. But why should we allow that to do? Many times it is because we think that this is what it is. That's how it's supposed to be. I have this and I have that and I have this. And no, it is not like that. Because that's why we study scriptures, that we can understand the real essence, the real point, what life is about, what the spiritual life is about, what the jivas, who we are, kshetra or kshetragya. Yeah, this is what it is. And what are these modes? They are just some modes which are fighting for our attention, like mosquitoes flying around. What do we do with mosquitoes? We invite, oh yes, yes, come look here, my hand, you can bite, my hair, you can bite in my cheek. No, we don't say this to mosquitoes. We just shoo them away. Yes. So the same these modes. I'm noticing, oh, Tamaguna is coming. No. Rajaguna is coming. No. We only want sattva. We only want Shuddha sattva, which is full engagement in Krishna consciousness. And that nothing and no one can stop if we don't want. Yes. This is only our desire. And to increase the desire, we have to associate. We have to have sadhu sangha. We have to read Shastra. We have to attain the knowledge. And we have to have a conduct. Conduct, what conduct? Vaishnava conduct means that we take baths, we wake up early, we chant, what kind of food we eat. Yes, if we eat food cooked by non-devotees, that non-devotional mood will enter our mind and we come home and we bring it there. Yes. Every grihastha has to worship the deity. Every grihastha has to invite a guest. So then what's the difference between a temple and your house? If the deity is there, and Prabhupada said every grihastha should have 4 guests daily. So can you imagine what a wonderful life? You have beautiful deities at home. You cook for those deities. You offer the food to them. And then 4 guests come. This full day, the guests are coming. And then you distribute that Mahaprasadam for those guests. If you live like this whole life, It's just so transcendental, so beautiful, so inspiring. So where is the question of Rajaguna here, or some kind of society, or this or that? We are fully absorbed, and nobody remembers whether you are. We see each other as a servant of the deity. We don't think, okay, I'm a husband, you are a wife, I'm a wife, you are a child, you are this, you are that. No, we are all servants of Krishna. We serve this Lord together. It is like a Brahmachari ashram. Yeah? Temple has a deity, and Brahmacharis live there and they serve. So the same house is also, there's a temple, there's a deity, and everyone who lives there, they are like ashram and they stay. So this is the meaning of Brahmacharya, of a Grihastha ashram. That you create ashram, you stay there, and then serve the deity. That's a temple. And temple means visitors. So like this, okay, let's move on. But it's a nice topic. We have to always remember, because this we get a tendency to forget. And then a Grihastha life just becomes like a drag. Yeah. But it can be a boost. Yeah. So we should not make it a drag. We should make it a boost. Yes. So let's boost our
Thank you
Krishna
so much,
consciousness
Mataji. Thank you so much.
through our Grihastha ashram, or whichever ashram we are feeling. Yeah. So basically, ashram, we chose that ashram which boosts us the most. Yes. So we have to always have a boost in our Krishna consciousness. Okay. Text 10. No, we are text 9.
Mataji,
Yeah,
text 9.
yes. We didn't read it yet, yes? Okay, Sattvam Sukhe Sanjayati Raja Karmani Bharata Jnanamavritya Tutama Pramade Sanjayatyutam. Yeah, please read translation. Anyone just read?
O son of Bharata, the mode of goodness conditions one to happiness, passion condition one to fruitive actions, and ignorance covering one's knowledge binds one to madness.
Okay, so now we will not have any breakout rooms or anything, but all of you who are here, you pick one of the modes. Any. For example, okay, I'll tell. Prena is Sattva. Visham and Neelam will be Raja. Shatabi Tama. Kitika Sattva. Netik Raja. Adidev Tama. Ananga Manjari Sattva. Visham Raja. Damini. What was this? Tama, yeah? Praina is Sattva. Kishori. Rajas Madhavan. Tamas Jiva Goswami Sattva. Kamal Rajas. Okay, so whichever mode of I've given to you, now we will just be reading purports. Any characteristic of your mode you find, you write down. Okay? And then we'll share at the end. Okay, so purport. A person in the mode of goodness is satisfied by his work or intellectual pursuit. Yeah, Sattva Guna writes down. Just as a philosopher, scientist, or educator may be engaged in a particular field of knowledge, and may be satisfied in that way. Yeah. So what we hear, satisfaction. Yes, and the Sattva is satisfied. A man in the mode of passion may be engaged in fruitive activity. He owns as much as he can. Yeah, he tries to own as much as he can in Rajaguna and spends for good causes. Sometimes he tries to open hospitals, give to charity institutions, etc. These are the signs of one in mode of passion. And the mode of ignorance covers knowledge. In the mode of ignorance, whatever one does is neither good for him nor for anyone. Such a life, no? Okay, text 10. Rajastamascha vibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata. Rajasattvam tamaschaiva. Tamasatvam rajastatam. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the mode of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharata. So I'm reading, you just keep writing, yes? Sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. Purport. When the mode of passion is prominent, the mode of goodness and ignorance are defeated. When the mode of goodness is prominent, passion and ignorance are defeated. And when the mode of ignorance is prominent, this competition is going on always. Therefore, one who is actually intent in advancing in Krishna consciousness has to transcend these modes. The prominence of some certain mode of nature is manifest in one's dealings, in his activities, in his eating. Yes, so that is important for us to know, that how to know our mode. It manifests in our dealings, activities, and eating. Okay, all this will be explained in later chapters. But if one wants, he can develop by practice the mode of goodness and thus defeat the mode of ignorance and passion. By the manifestation of particular activities, it can be understood in what mode of nature one is situated. Okay, text 11. Sarvadvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayate yanam yada tada vidyat vivridam sattvamityutaham. The manifestation of mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of the body are illuminated by knowledge. Yes, so that's Sattva Guna here. Yes, so only Sattva Guna people write now. Those who are interested with Raja will write about Raja, and those who are told Tama will write about Tama. Okay? Okay, you can write all of it if you want, but you will need to be talking about your gunas. Okay, purport. There are 9 gates of the body: 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, the mouth, and the genitals, and the anus. When every gate is illuminated by symptoms of the goodness, it should be understood that one has developed the mode of goodness. So all the gates, what it means when all the gates are illuminated by goodness means that everything in the body works properly. Yeah? There is no dysfunction. Everything works nicely. So then a mode of goodness has been developed. In the mode of goodness, one can see things in the right position. One can hear things in the right position. And one can taste things in the right position. One becomes cleansed inside and outside. In every gate, there is development of the symptoms of happiness, and that is a position of goodness. 12. Lobha pravriti arambha karmanam spriha rajasyetani jayante vivride bharatarshaba. O chief of the Bharatas, when there is an increase of the mode of passion, the symptoms of great attachment, fruitive activity, intense endeavor, and uncontrollable desire and hankering develop. Purport. One in a mode of passion is never satisfied with the position he already has acquired. He hankers for increase his position. If he wants to construct a residential house, he tries his best to have a palatial house, as if he would be able to reside in that house eternally. And he develops a great hankering for sense gratification. There is no end to sense gratification. He always wants to remain with his family and in his house, and to continue the process of sense gratification. There is no cessation of this. All these symptoms should be understood as characteristics in the mode of passion. Okay, check text 13. Aprakasho pravritischa pramado moha evacha tamasyetani jayante vivride kurunandana. When there is an increase of mode of ignorance, O son of Kuru, darkness, inertia, madness, illusion, and delusion are manifested. Purport. When there is no illumination, knowledge is absent. When in the mode of ignorance, one in the mode of ignorance does not work by regulative principles. He wants to act whimsically for no purpose. Even though he has the capacity to work, he makes no endeavor. This is called illusion. Although consciousness is going on, the life is inactive. These are the symptoms of one in mode of ignorance. Okay, we'll go on. Text 14. Yada satve pravridetu pralayam yati dehabrit tadottamavidam lokam amalan pratipadyate. When one dies in a mode of goodness, he attains to the pure, higher planets of the great sages. Purport. One in goodness attains higher planetary systems, like Brahma Loka or Jana Loka, and there enjoys godly happiness. The word Amalan is significant. It means free from the modes of passion and ignorance. There are impurities in the material world, but the mode of goodness is a pure form of existence in a material world. There are different kinds of planets for different kinds of living entities. Those who die in the mode of goodness are elevated to the planets where great sages and great devotees live. 15. Rajasi pralayam gatva karmasangishu jayate tata pralinas tamasi mudayonishu jayate. When one dies in a mode of passion, he takes birth among those engaged in fruitive activities. And when one dies in the mode of ignorance, he takes birth in animal kingdom. Some people have the impression that when the soul reaches the platform of human life, it never goes down again. This is incorrect. According to this verse, if one develops mode of ignorance, after his death he is degraded to an animal form of life. From there, one has to again elevate himself by an evolutionary process to come again to human form of life. Therefore, those who are actually serious about human life should take the mode of goodness and in good association transcend the modes and become situated in Krishna consciousness. This is the aim of human life. Otherwise, there is no guarantee that the human being will again attain to the human status. 16. Karmana Shruti Sukritasyahu Satvikam Nirmalam Phalam Rajastu Palam Rajasastu Palam Dukkam Agyanam Tamasa Palam. The result of pious action is pure, and it is said to be in mode of goodness. But action done in mode of passion results in misery. Action performed in mode of ignorance results in foolishness. Purport. The result of pious activities in the mode of goodness is pure. Therefore, the sages, who are free from all illusion, are situated in happiness. But activities in the mode of passion are simply miserable. Any activity for material happiness is bound to be defeated. If, for example, one wants to have a skyscraper, so much human misery has to be undergone before a big skyscraper is built. The financier has to take much trouble to earn a mass of wealth, and those who are slaving to construct the building have to render physical toil. The miseries are there. Thus, Bhagavad Gita says that in any activity performed under a spell of mode of passion, there is definitely great misery. There may be a little so-called mental happiness. Oh, I have this house or I have this money. But this is not actual happiness. Yeah? So in Tamaguna, what appears to be happiness is not the actual happiness. Yeah. Okay. As far as mode of ignorance is concerned, the performer is without knowledge, and therefore all his activities result in present misery. And afterwards, he will go towards animal life. Animal life is always miserable. Although under the spell of illusory energy, Maya, the animals do not understand this. Slaughtering poor animals is also due to mode of ignorance. The animal killers do not know that in the future, the animal will have bodies suitable to kill them. That is a law of nature. Yeah, okay. So we here Srila Prabhupada writes a lot about meat eating, but we'll skip that and we'll go to the end of the purport. It is to be understood then that human society is advancing in wrong direction and is clearing the path to its own condemnation. A civilization which guides the citizens to become animals in their next life is certainly not human civilization. The present human civilization is of course grossly misled by the modes of passion and ignorance. It is a very dangerous age, and all nations should take care to provide the easiest process, Krishna consciousness, to save the humanity from greatest danger. 17. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam rajaso lobha eva cha pramada moho tamaso bhavato jnanam eva cha. From the mode of goodness, real knowledge develops. From the mode of passion, greed develops. And from the mode of ignorance, develop foolishness, madness, and illusion. Yeah. Purport. Since the present civilization is not very congenial to the living entities, Krishna consciousness is recommended. Though through Krishna consciousness, society will develop in the mode of goodness. When the mode of goodness is developed, people will see things as they are. Yeah. So when a goodness is developed, people see things as they are. In the mode of ignorance, people are just like animals and cannot see clearly. Okay, we will move on to the further description. Because people have no education in actual knowledge, they become irresponsible. To stop this irresponsibility, education for developing the mode of goodness of the people in general must be there. Yes, so people are irresponsible, but mode of goodness will make them responsible. When they are actually educated in mode of goodness, they will become sober, in full knowledge of things as they are. Then people will be happy and prosperous. Even in the majority, if the majority of people are unhappy and prosperous, if a certain percentage of population develops Krishna consciousness and becomes situated in mode of goodness, then there is possibility for peace and prosperity all over the world. Yeah? So mode of goodness can give us peace and prosperity. Yeah? So this is Sattva Guna. Students can write. Okay, we skip again. When one is engaged in a mode of passion, not only he is mentally unhappy, but his profession and occupation are also very troublesome. He has to devise so many plans and schemes to acquire enough money to maintain his status quo. This all is miserable. Okay. 18. Urdvam gachanti sattvasta madhye tishtanti rajasaha jagarnya guna vrittista adho gachanti tamasa. Those situated in mode of goodness gradually go upward to the high planets. Those in a mode of passion live on earthly planets, and those in abominable mode of ignorance go down to the hellish worlds. Yeah. Okay, so that was about the planets. 19. Yes, so purport is just saying that from any mode, there is even Raja and Tama, one can be elevated by Krishna consciousness. Yeah. Okay, 19, text 19. Nanyam gunebhyo kartaram yada drashtanu pashyati gunebhyascha param veti madbhavam so vigacchati. When one properly sees that in all activities no other performer is at work than these modes of nature, and he knows the Supreme Lord, who is transcendental to all these modes, he attains my spiritual nature. Yes, so once we recognize these modes and we reject them from our life, and that means we transcend them, Then we become transcendental to the modes and attain the spiritual nature. Okay, so we have a little time left till end of our class. So let's summarize all these verses which we just quickly went through, what all you have written down. So you just one by one you speak and tell one of the one qualities that you have written about. You tell which guna and which quality. Yeah. Okay, Prena, please.
Mine was Sattvagana, and it is that all gates of body are illuminated by knowledge, and there is peace
Yes.
and prosperity.
Yes, Gitika.
Mine was Sattva Guna, and the mode of goodness, in the mode of goodness, the people are satisfied. Satisfaction.
Satisfaction. Very nice. Okay, Damini.
A mode of Rajogun, patient, stays at home with wife to satisfy the senses.
Yeah, he wants to satisfy senses. Okay, who is there else? Netik? Shatabi?
Mode of Tamagura and people sleep more than 6 hours, and he became in madness.
Yeah, Bisham?
Namely sattva. When the light of knowledge appears through the senses, goodness is proclaimed, not passion.
Yeah. Netik?
Mode of passion, and a man in the mode of passion may be engaged in fruitive activity. He owns as much as he can and spends for good causes.
Yeah. Praina?
My Sattva Gun, when one dies in the mode of goodness, he attends to the pure higherly planets of the great sages.
Yeah. Okay. Who else has hand up? The Bisham? Neela. Neela? Yes, Neelam.
Passion binds a person to fruitive actions.
Can you repeat, please, again?
Passion binds a person to fruitive actions.
Yes, passion binds to fruitive actions. Yes. Anyone else? Anyone else who is there? Kishori is there?
Yes, Mataji, mode of passion result
Yes.
always in misery. Or there may be a little so-called mental happiness that
Yes.
house all this money like that, not
Yes. We
actual happiness.
have happiness, but it's not actual happiness. Yes. Who else is there? Bisham, are you there?
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna. My
Yes.
modest passion is born of unlimited desires.
Passion is born of unlimited desires. Amazing. Yes. Who else? Adi Dev?
Hare Krishna Mataji, mode of tamas. Knowledge is absent and he takes birth in animal kingdom.
He does what? Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Knowledge is absent in the mode of tamas and life is inactive and he takes birth in any animal kingdom.
Yeah, somehow I could not understand this. Could you repeat again one more time, please? Forgive me.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Am I
Yeah, yeah.
audible?
Yes.
Knowledge is absent in the mode of tamas. Life is inactive and he takes birth in the animal kingdom.
Yes, life is inactive, absent, knowledge is absent, and he takes birth in animal kingdom. Yes, anyone else has more points you want to say? Yes,
Mataji,
Kamal?
Hare Krishna Mataji, in the mode of passion, not only is mentally unhappy, but his profession and occupation are very troublesome.
Yeah, okay, everything is troublesome in a passion. Yes, more? Anybody else?
Rajogun or Rajogun Mataji, greed is the result of Rajogun.
Greed, yes. Greed. Rajaguna is greed.
In Sattva Guna, the people understand what is like right.
People understand what is right. Yes, wonderful.
The result of
In
achieving
Rajaguna,
Sattva Gun is pure.
The result of Sattva Guna is pure. Yes. Who was there trying to say
in,
something?
in
Yes.
Rajaguna, one is never satisfied with the position he's already acquired, and he always wants to remain with his family in his house to continue the process of sense gratification.
Yes, he wants to continue sense gratification. Okay. Anyone else?
And
Or all the points are
goodness is free from all illusion.
free from all illusion and goodness? Yes, right, because he has knowledge. Okay, great. So we know more or less about the modes, yeah? Okay, very nice. I think you have your students' study books that you can find different charts about the modes of goodness and passion and ignorance. And then you can, Jiva Goswami. Sorry, I didn't call you because one time I called you when there. So yes, thank you for writing a message. Yeah, everyone can read in a message there that living in a mode of goodness involves cultivating a life that is free from attachment, dissatisfaction, and dualities of life. Yes, yes, very good, very good. Okay, so there is a question, yes, from Jiva Goswami. Because we cannot experience the spiritual entity with these material senses, we may say it is seamless. Yeah, so there the answer is that with our material senses we cannot perceive the spirit, but the holy name can reveal either our spiritual form or a Lord's spiritual form, which is not different from the holy name. They can reveal to us in the heart. And then our eyes also become spiritualized by the chanting of the holy name, and we can perceive the spiritual form. But the first come the like a realization in the heart, spurti, it's called, yes. So that's what it is. If we are very eager to understand the spiritual form, either our spiritual form or Lord's spiritual form, then we have to take very seriously to the chanting of the holy name, because that's what the holy name is doing. He's giving us all the knowledge and all the revelations. Yes, okay. Thank you so much for a wonderful, very lively session today. Everybody participated very nicely. Thank you so much. So we'll meet again tomorrow, and we'll complete tomorrow chapter 14, and we will start chapter 15 by Krishna's mercy. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. All glories
Hare
to Srila
Krishna Mataji.
Prabhupada. Srila Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai.
Madhurya Gaurangi Gita Mata Ki Jai.
Yeah, sure.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, very nice, very nice. See you tomorrow. Hare Krishna, my dear devotees.